Well, hey there team, welcome back to the channel and welcome to Hardspace Shipbreaker. You better believe I've been dying to play this game. I've let it slip for those that are fans of the channel that this has been my most anticipated game of the year. I am a huge fan of Focus Home and what they have been quietly doing in the industry. For those not aware, they're a publishing house similar to say like EA or, you know, like Ubisoft and that sort of stuff. But while they're AAA, these guys I would say are firmly AA. They're a large establishment, but they dabble in a lot of indie spaces, and they've been scooping up their own sort of first-party development houses. Well, yeah, they've been buying in development houses and just expanding their portfolio. They're always, I've been saying, they're the ones to watch. I love them. They've done things like Farming Sim, SnowRunner, Greedfall, Plague Tale, Call of Cthulhu we looked at recently, Vampire I need to go back and have a look at. So many games, and this is the one I've been dying to wait for. Okay, anyway, I'm rambling. What is this game about? You essentially are a space, not a space trucker, but you're like a space laborer. You strip ships, you cut them to bits. You're essentially what Isaac Clarke from Dead Space is supposed to be. Well, I think he's more of an engineer. Okay, so imagine you're in Dead Space and you worked for Isaac. You were some shit kicker, no offense to, you know, laborers. I've done my share of labor in the military. But it's you basically cut up and salvage these ships. I've already played a little bit overnight because I couldn't help myself. We're gonna reset this save and start again. Hold to delete profile. But the cool thing is, there's your standard, but you've got like limited clones and no revival modes as well, which is so cool. So if you really wanted to be a degenerate and play it on hardcore mode, while I do like Iron Man, I'm a bit funny. You know, games have bugs. You clip through walls and shit, and then what? It deletes your save. So we're just gonna play on normal mode. We'll get into it, but I'm all about this. It's tongue-biting, it's slow-paced, it's hyper-focused, and it's work. It's work. When you finish stripping a ship, you feel achievement. So there are some people that just are not going to like it. The way it controls is very much... It reminds me of Mirror's Edge and Stationeers to a point, in that they've had to come up with their own innovative way to control the game. Which at first is unwieldy, but then you realize it's the way to do it. You have to play this with a gamepad pretty much. Mouse and keyboard, I tried a tiny bit. There is a lag to your mouse movements because you are slow moving through space. So it's sort of, for anyone that knows anything about input lag on a mouse, you can't do it. But the controls are really good once you get your head around them. Okay, cool. How cool is this? We start in like a crappy slum and we got an email. Pave the way to the Galaxy program. So this is also for... Now, I'm fleetingly familiar with Animal Crossing. I've got the new one, I've barely touched it. But, essentially that game, everyone thinks it's all cheery and friendly, but it's not. You're in billions of dollars of debt to this prick called Tom Nook, who's just shaking you down for everything. That's how this game works. It's like, hey, you can come work for us and get a better opportunity, but you start in... I think it's literally $100 billion debt, or something like that. Or $1 trillion. I can't remember. We'll find out. Look, I'm not going to read all this. I'm just not. I'm not doing it. It'll be half the video. Okay? Essentially, they're sending us up to be a bloody salvager, right? We won the lottery. We got selected by a bazillion people, and we've been found to be physically fit. Enter name. The Scarlet Seeker. I reckon that's pretty original. Let's do that one. Select revival package. Standard, right? Unlimited clones, and it costs $150,000 if you die, and you have this ticking debt the whole time. Alright, let's go. Next. Voice verification, know about. Inverted, because we're not bloody savages. And then meal preference. I had to look that up. Entomatarian. Apparently that's... You'll eat bugs. You're one of these bloody newfangled new age blokes that wants to eat bars made out of bugs, which I'm not necessarily against. I like plastic free as an option. Let's give me my chicken made out of plastic. Let's bloody go. I have no criminal record in Terran. I'm not a member or associated with a workers' union. No, goodness no, we can't have that. We cannot have that. I've completed my manual exam or medical exam, and I don't have McCullough's lung. Well, I don't have it. Never heard of it. I don't have real estate on the asteroid belts. I'm good. Yeah, I have a very positive attitude. I love problem solving. I understand the health and risks of being in a Van der Waals field. Let's just say that we do when I don't truly. And I will vote for Chancellor Chun Zhang at the best. Oh my god, how corrupt. Oh. Anyway, this, I read this, it's kind of snarky, it's not too... well, I shouldn't say snarky actually, because I hate that so much writing is snarky these days. It is cheeky, that's what it is. A cheeky little contract. But who reads contracts? Let's go. I love this whole southern drawl, StarCraft 2 sort of space trucker mentality. Oh.
Each day he steps into the yard to earn his wages working hard.
Yeah.
I pray to the stars and heaven above to return my daddy to those he loves. If there comes a time when he and death meet, bless the next cutter that takes his seat.
This is great. I don't care how corny it is. Yeah, give me that drop. Yeah. Yes. It's actually incredibly nuanced, the puzzle solving of all the different materials and what you can and can't cut. Oh man, that might be one of the best intros of the year. Says Mr. Biased himself. Stuff it, it's my channel. Oh, alright. We're probably going to be seeing a bit of this on the channel, team. I hope you like it. Yeah, so slow and deliberate is how I would describe this very much at first, right? If you're looking for something fast and action-paced, no, this will frustrate you.
Before we jump in here, Cutter, it's customary to observe a moment of silence for a departing shipbreaker. You'll soon learn this type of thing doesn't happen very often up here.
Okay. Yeah, so the guy paid his way and got out, I think. The previous bloke.
My name is Weaver.
Hello, Weaver.
When you're in the yard.
Look at this out there.
Until there were some complications with one of my cold jobs, but never you mind about that. Let's get to work.
Let's do it, Weaver.
Open your work order and let's get started.
Alright, so I use my back button.
You ever want
Work
to pay
order.
off your debt like Sullivan did? It's all about completing your work orders.
Alright, thrust forward for 3 seconds, and that's just forward on the thumbstick, and then back on the thumbstick. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. The one thing that might do people's heads in is to rotate left and right, you have to click the sticks, which works. It works really well. And then I'm pressing A and B, you know, green and red on the control, X and circle, I guess, on a PlayStation control. So brake. Is that the two together? Yeah, so if you click and hold two sticks together, it essentially origins you in the center.
These two maneuvers are tough for most worms to wrap their heads around because most of you have never spent time in zero G.
Alright, we're gonna roll
We
left.
call them rolls.
Let's roll
One
right.
shot.
It's like I've done this tutorial before.
Okay. Well, this here
Alright.
is your trusty training vessel.
We've got my grapple hook.
In it are salvageable objects to cut your teeth with. Let's give her a go, shall we?
So we got like half of a ship to play with. You see the antennas on the top? You can pull up. Do I have a scanner yet? No, it's locked out. Okay. So if I grapple that and pull it off, and then you put it in there and you can give it a little and then once it hits that wall,
Salvage deposit accepted.
thank you,
Credit
ma'am.
Transferred.
I will take the other antenna now. Come on, baby. Come on, big fella.
Well, congratulations there, Cutter.
Thank you, sir.
Your very first pieces of salvage. Another billion or so of them antenna, and you will have completely wiped out your debt. I'm kidding, of course.
You also accrue like, I think, $500,000 daily fees.
Zero-G ship surgery?
Like interest. It's like 0.001%. It's still disgusting. Alright.
We're looking for cut points. Think of them as the chunks of glue that hold the key structural
Yeah, the
segments of the ship together.
bright yellow points are essentially cut points. So let's go out, and it wants me to salvage a nacelle, which I believe is that. You can have a look. You see, if you just point at it in the bottom center, this is stuff that isn't super intuitive. It tells you the weight, and I think because it's red on the right, that means I can't really move it that much. But the barge thing in the center is telling me where to send the item when it's salvaged, and nacelle, it's telling me what it is. For example, you look at these, and it'll tell me these are nanocarbon panels. That's probably aluminum on the front, or aluminium. God damn it, I've been hanging around these Americans too much. It's aluminium. And then you can use the bumpers to bloody grab on. And it's pretty... Oh, this is perfect. Alright, so we're gonna cook this. My gun's clipping. That's not good. Let's maybe come out. Oop. So this, yeah, pretty much, it's just a heat laser. You just cook it as bloody hard as you can. And then we need to put the grapple gun back on. And this needs to go down to the barge. If you were to look away, and grapple it, you can see, watch down the bottom right of my screen, it says deposit in a little green thing. So it gives me like a nav arrow as to where to go down there. So, oh god, hang on. Let's get going. Let's get this thing out of here. So this is like an engine. Oh, that should be fine. You unlock these tethers that you can remotely attach, which are absolute godsends later on. They're the bee's knees.
Salvage secured.
Until then,
Credits deposited.
we'll just have to suffer through. Oh, we have to salvage both of them? Okay, we can do that. See, like, yeah, here you go. Oh, look at that. There's our cutting point. And you can see it has a visual sort of desig. I think we need to be a bit closer maybe. Yeah, there we go. Nice. Get our grapple. You just gotta be careful you don't overdo it. Whoops. Oh god. Jeez, I might have messed up there. Yeah, I really want the tethers. Let's go. Let's go.
And that's what it's all about.
That's what it's all about, baby.
The closer you complete, the closer you get to hitting your certification quotas.
Nice. Which unlocks bigger classes of shit. Alright, so we go here, go certification. Okay. I guess I'll use the mouse pointer. Alright. Perfect. Thumbs up, big fella.
Earning certs gives you access to better upgrades and perks for your tools, gear, and equipment, as well as access to more valuable ships back in your hab.
Yes.
Speaking of which, let's mosey on over to your personal habitation unit right now, because that's what you do when you finish your shift. You didn't think LYNX made you sleep out here in the yard, did you? Weaver out.
Oh, you're a funny boy, Mr. Weaver. Look at all that out there. That's crazy. So this is early access. I know it goes up to like class 5 of ships. Things like tethers, oxygen damage, all that seems to be a bit disabled in this first tutorial area, but we're gonna jet through that nice and fast. Yes, good. So you level up. There you go. We earned some money.
Top of the morning to you, cuz.
But our debt is very large.
Now, this is your hat. I know it
You can
feels
see
a
up the
bit
top right.
flat nice for you sometime in the near future.
Okay.
Anyway, says here you're
We'll get the
gonna
split
need
saw.
an upgrade to good. Now let's get back to the yard.
You can see up the top right, I've got a currency and LT underneath, and that seems to be how I upgrade all my bits. But I think everything's probably locked out for the tutorial. Yeah. That's okay. And we start the shift.
Okay, before we hop back in the yard, I want to show you the ship catalog.
Okay.
Here is where you find a selection of ships LYNX has deemed ready for salvage. As I said before, earning certifications will open up higher grade ships. But we gotta learn to walk before we run, Cutter, so let's get back to finishing your plate on that LYNX training vessel.
No worries. So this training vessel is kind of the back half of the first ship. I've only seen the first ship, the mackerel.
Today's goal is to complete your certification rank 2. And in order to do that, we're gonna have
Equip
to
the split saw.
split saw mode you
There we go.
upgraded in the half.
Rotate angle. Look at this. Dead space is anything.
Nice work there, Cutter. It's time to take the training wheels off and let you loose on this.
Alright, salvage soft crate.
Advice is to knock out your work order first.
Now, it might be hard to see,
You can salvage
but you can see the
every
soft
last
crates
bit of
floating
training.
inside there.
We call it using the whole buffalo. Waste not,
Alright.
want not, right?
But there's aluminium in the way. Now, aluminium we can cut. That's fine. That's not a big deal. Let's just see. Okay, no, it's definitely sealed all around. Actually, you know what? Let's not mess around. I'll just use this. That's fine. It's pretty generous. Like, if you lock onto something like that, it recognizes what you're trying to do. I'm not trying to cut a wall. I'm just trying to cut these support struts. Right? So that should be it. That should be disconnected. If you get in there, I found, if you grab onto it and give it a bloody yank, we can get the thing moving. Look at that. All right. So let's All right, this needs to go into the salvage deposit. We don't have tethers yet, which is infuriating because you could just tether it to inside there and it will drag in. It's so good, but there's ammo to them and you have to buy more. But instead we'll just sort of escort this over a bit. Go baby, look at that. It's like I know what I'm doing. Alright. And then we'll get nanocarbon salvage out of that.
Selected for processing.
Yeah.
Credits deposited.
Because I'm pretty sure our gun is not strong enough to cut nanocarbon. Yeah, it cracks the sads. Oops. I think it technically cut that support strut in behind. Yeah. Aluminium we can cut, which we will get to in a moment. But I figure I'll just do this other side as well since we know what we're doing. It's cool, like I know I've only played it for a little while myself, but if you were new to this and you picked it up now, you would be moving a lot slower than me. Like, there's this feeling of accomplishment as you get comfortable with what you're doing. You get a bit quicker and especially start to know what these ships have in them as well. Oh man. So yeah, this has got nanocarbon on the roof. You can't hurt that. You can see it's a level 3 cut. Or level 2 cut, but so those solid nanocarbon supports are level 3 as well. But the aluminium is not. Aluminium's 1, so that's why we can sort of, we'll just try and even out here. Like so. You don't have to be too precise, but let's do something like this. And then we'll flip it. It's pretty precise actually. Pull this out now, this will go in the furnace. Aluminium we burn up. And this should bloody fly because it weighs nothing. Oops. Come on, this way. Yeah. Trust me, these first 2 levels without tethers, getting stuff in the hole, pain in the ass, but it gets easier when they give you tethers. That's the one thing I would say, like, buyer beware. It's not that bad. Alright, they want me to get the soft crates, which you can see are in there. We can just sort of pull them out. Send them on their way.
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
Come on. Get out of there. Oh no. Oh, that's not good. Hang on. What's going on there? We're pulling a little bit hard on that. Pull it back a bit. Yeah, look, I can... Don't take it personally. If you're not a super patient person, you might hate this game. You're also on the clock, generally speaking, as well.
Secured. Account credit applied.
Yeah, so I can understand there might be people that wouldn't want to play this. I lose my mind for this. Oops, I cut the aluminium in the back. Oh, okay. Oh, that's interesting. Because there's aluminium behind it, it's not being... Oh no, maybe not. Maybe I'm just a terrible aim. But we can change it to the other head as well if you want to be more precise, which I think I do actually. Alright, nice. So that will have essentially made the top and bottom release, I think. Oh geez, I really put some momentum on that one. That'll probably do. Now... Might be able to just pull this out. There you go. So that's your nanocarbon wall. That wants to be deposited. Now this whole thing probably wants to go in the furnace, to be honest.
Object processed. Credits deposited.
Can we move it? That's the question. Ah, it's too big. When that happens, I copped all the force. That's alright, we'll just cut it in half. Yeah, that's all aluminium. Those little struts, there's not much we can do about it. I mean, maybe I could try and burn them off, but I don't really care. Did that separate out? Oh, I somehow haven't done it. Whoops. Oh, there's like double struts there. Oh, that's cool. There you go. Now we got two more manageable pieces. Oh, look at that. There we go. In you go, boys. And that should complete my work order. Drag the other one in there with you, will you, mate? There we go.
Material deposited.
Perfect. And there's some dregs floating around, but whatever.
Nice job, Cutter. Now get back to your hab to end your shift and spend them shiny new LYNX tokens on upgrading your gear.
Yes. I'll do exactly that, Weaver. Alright. Yeah, this little way station here, you can like top up your oxygen, get repairs, that sort of stuff. It's definitely more gamey. Trying to make the most out of each day. Because each day, like I said, they'll chip you with $500,000. Nanocarbon. Yeah, so there you go. They're the struts that I threw in the bin and destroyed, whatever. No salvage for them.
Well, congratulations on completing certification rank 2 there, Cutter.
Thank you,
Now
Weaver.
that you've proven you kind of know what you're doing out there, LYNX has a present for you.
Tethers.
Go ahead and make your way to the equipment upgrade screen and let's see what we see. Repeat after me, Cutter. Tethers are your friend.
Tethers are your friend, Weaver.
Select
I
your
agree.
next ship and head out into the yard to try them out.
Yes. Alright, here we go. So we're going to go to the ship catalogue. You can see there's all these different grades. Goes up to 6 by the look of it. So there's the training. No. Oh, we're getting another training one? Oh, okay, but except this time it's actually a full ship. You can see on the left it was like the bum half. It wasn't even half, it was like a quarter. And this is where it gets interesting because we're going to have to, it'll be compartmentalized, it'll be intact, it'll have a power core, it'll have a backup power core, it'll probably have flammable materials in there, it'll have an airlock system that needs to be cycled. Like I said, I played a bit last night, but I'm so into this. This is the sort of problem solving that my brain lives for.
But there's still plenty there for us to sink our teeth into, such as how we're going to deal with the pressurized area.
Look how complicated it's getting.
Let's try out your tethers. Your tethers are far stronger than the line on your grapple. Use them when you're trying to move objects that are much heavier than you.
So you can see the cockpit in there, the seats.
Also, tethers stack, meaning the more you use, the stronger the pull you get out of them.
Alright, so we recognize these. The NAN cells. See, it wants me to salvage the twin NAN cell. Or nacelle. Is that what it is? Nacelle? I don't know. There you go, this looks pretty good. Let's do that. Alright, now check this out. We've got the new tethers. Grapple. And then you can tether it straight to the bottom. There's actually like a sort of... It registers a back wall in there behind. And look at that, it just drags it down. I think it has a timer, like it will time out eventually. Off you go, big fella.
Nice work, Cutter.
So much easier.
Tethers are your friends. Once you get the hang of them, you can get pretty creative with how you use them.
There are other levels of scanner, like systems and objects. I've looked at the object one. It gets so complicated. In all these walls are complicated systems. These are just structural struts.
Learn about pressurization. According to LYNX, decompression events are the #1 cause of death.
Okay.
And as a result, cloning. Alright, let's open up your scanner and see what we see. Let's see if we can crack into this ship without making her pop.
Yeah, right.
See that airlock?
I have made one pop. It's bad.
Go check it out.
Shit goes everywhere. Alright, so we go over the airlock, and if it's all function... I'm assuming later on you get non-functional ships, but you cycle the airlock.
Airlock pressure levels dropping.
Alright, cycle in.
Using airlocks is always a good idea, but there may be times later when you encounter ships without functioning airlocks. We'll cross that bridge when
That's
we
the
get
power
there.
core.
For now,
We'll worry about that in a
let's
minute.
get inside. Alright, let's see if there's a way to depressurize this sucker so we can get to work on it. Look for an atmosphere regulator. If it's working, this device will let us depressurize the room safely. You don't want to trigger a violent decompression, believe me.
So you can see there's one in each compartment. Now I don't think there's any harm in just opening all the doors and cycling like so. It's probably the best way to do it. Because all it's going to do is suck all the air out of the system through this vent. It's not going to be an explosive decompression event.
Work order with the rest of the objectives for this ship.
Alright, so you can see in the bottom right, we're unpressurized, yeah? So if we cycle this,
Airlock pressure levels
it should actually
dropping.
just open to vacuum. Perfect. Alright, and there we go. We've managed to depressurize the entire place.
There she is, the reactor. That's your meal ticket right there, Cutter. Alright, this one's pretty easy. She should just slide out of her coolant casing with a good yank from your grapple. But before you do that, it's always a good idea to clear a path for her straight to the barge, because once you pull it, she starts melting down.
Yep.
And when it comes to reactors, you never know how many ticks you got till she goes boom. Alright, the way you complete your work order from here on out...
It's almost like I've cracked one of these ships before, and I know where a sexy spot is.
Turn worms into shipbreakers, alright? Good luck, Cutter. Weaver out.
So this is how I salvage for the most part. Because look, it just drags it straight in. And it says we've got 1,000 tethers up the top. That's because we're in training. Normally we have
Credits deposited.
bloody 5. Alright, here we go. We're going to pull this thing out. This is the money. It's worth $500,000. Done.
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
Now it wants us to salvage nanocarbon. Which is essentially the outer plating. So what we could start doing, because you want to complete the work order. Once the game, I think after this tutorial the game opens up a bit more. Are we upside down? Oh, we are too. Oh, so hard to tell. So what I have found is an interesting way to go about it, is doing pretty much just what we've just done then. If we can strip the top and bottom components, the ceiling and floor components out, they release pretty easily. You can see all the quick releases. In behind this aluminium paneling is how you get to the cuts to release the sides and the front. The front is held on, the front and back seem to be held on by the sides. So you have to cut through the aluminium siding and then go in there. There's also, it doesn't show up on this scanner, we haven't unlocked it yet. There is a type of, there's all sorts of shit in there. There's coolant, there's fire systems. So like, without that, it would be a little bit belligerent to go cutting into this aluminium thing. It'd be a good way to bloody kill ourselves. So we're not going to do that. Now what's going on here? Oh, that's the sort of the holster. So what we might do is just keep doing what we know works. I mean, we've got infinite tethers, I might as well be a little bit...
Valuable object processed. Credits deposited.
Alright, one more of those and we'll do our shift and we'll be able to finish up, I think. Oops, wrong gun. In you go. Look at it go. If you get hit by that, that would hurt, I think, at that speed.
Well, Cutter, looks like you can manage on your own for a bit, which is good, because I just got assigned another worm on a salvage station on the other side of Earth Village. Just a reminder that your training amounts for O2, tethers, and fuel will be reset once you start your next shift.
Right, so serious business then.
On you from time to time, but until then, remember this: measure twice,
Cut once.
and tethers are your friends.
This dude's done a bit of engineering before.
We were out.
So there you go, that's probably a good first episode to get the ball rolling, I think. Man, I'm in love with this game. It has lived up to all the hype already. Bearing in mind, I've played a little bit further than where we're up to now. Only a little bit, you know. But like I said, I can understand some people would find this to be too close to work, you know? An actual job. But I wonder if you're an achievement sort of whore. Oh, look at that, we earned a fair bit there. And we're going to start getting docked for dailies after this now. Oh, here we go there, see? Interest, 0.01%. And the resurrection fees would really put you over. What was it, 150,000? So, and that was, I've had a couple of shifts where you run at a loss because you just didn't salvage much enough. Yeah, but if you're a big collector person, a big, you know, that sort of thing, I think there might be something here for you because you get rewarded for salvaging a ship entirely. And because it's full of all sorts of items and objects that go to the 3 different sort of deposits, the item deposit, the furnace, and the salvage, you can't just cut a big chunk of ship off and dump it in one. You actually have to meticulously pull it apart and salvage it all. So it's interesting. This is my anal game. You know, I've said that I don't collect trophies or achievements or anything like that anymore. I used to when I was younger. I could play the shit out of this game. Anyway, I don't want to waffle anymore because we've gone on too long. That should give you an idea of what this is all about. Let me know if you want to see more on the channel. I mean, regardless, you're going to, because I like this a lot. I really like this game, so we'll be playing a bit of it. So yeah, if you do like it, that's good news for you, I guess. Alright team, might just leave it there for the time being, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.